1, 2, 3. Hello, good people. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. It's me, David. Just wanted to show a little bit of code, and it doesn't matter if you don't understand it. That's fine, but this is why I believe that artificial intelligence itself always is going to require an intelligent actor to work with it. There's a lot of misinformation right now that artificial intelligence, somehow you can type in an instruction and it just starts working perfectly. This is by far and away the biggest lie people are telling you about AI. Artificial intelligence is only as intelligent as the creator of it and how many safeguards are built into it, how much redundancy is built into it, and it can cause serious problems if you just, and a lot of people do this, and right now in Australia, if you go to a lot of Facebook ads, Instagram ads, there are a lot of sales reps selling an appointment service. It's built in another country, almost by the same people. And they don't put a lot of safeguards into it simply because of the volume of the work they're doing. And they're basically just duplicating everybody's AI agent for a new business. And let's just say it goes from a plumber and they duplicate it for a mechanic. They just write in a line of code that it's for a mechanic and they think this is enough. It's just not going to be enough. Also, a lot of the integrations into an AI agent, any kind of mistake there, and it can ruin the system. So right now, I'm just showing, just up here, this is make or break. So the first little snippet of code is about checking a Google Calendar. Now, I prefer Google Calendar over all other calendars because its integration capabilities are the best. It also has no bugs and it's ultra reliable. So this little piece of code up here, if I was to leave that, now this has been created by ChatGPT as well, and people are using ChatGPT to create the code for artificial intelligence, and they only use ChatGPT. This is deadly for businesses because ChatGPT doesn't have good function, and really any of the artificial intelligence that can create code for artificial intelligence, it doesn't really matter which one, they don't do a good job at safeguards. They don't do a good job at redundancy. You've got to go back in there and practically hand write it from start to finish, read it back about 2 dozen times because you can miss things. But if this code here was left, it would mean that the AI agent would never check the actual integration tool that looks at the calendar. Now, I had to go back in and read through the whole process from A to B. That's 300 lines of code for a 3-minute job. On a slow day, it's 3 minutes. On a good day, it's 2 minutes. And I had to change it to that. The difference between this agent working, now there's 300 lines of code, okay? So how many lines is a A4 book? 30 lines, right? About 10 pages of code just to make an appointment basically, and to also create a Google Sheet with all the data received and send out an email just to let you know that there's been a new inquiry and a Google Calendar update. So it's a couple of complicated features there, but it's very important to also understand that that one little line of code would have shut the whole thing down, and it wasn't picked up by ChatGPT. And this is why there's really two things you should be concerned about when you are looking at AI agents. Who's building the thing? That's probably going to be the first one. As I said before, there are people building these and they're using sales agents in Australia to sell them, but the builders are really just duplicating other projects, and that doesn't work. And that's the second point, is that you will need to find a developer, an AI developer, who has the skills, I should say, to start from zero with your AI agent and not just duplicate things, because those can really shut the whole thing down. It's very important to be able to get somebody who can write in the safeguards, the redundancy, so it doesn't fail, and then also be able to start from zero, be able to read through the whole code and find those little imperfections that can cause serious problems. One issue right now, I've received messages on Facebook from people that had an AI agent from a company that's offering it at a, I don't know how they do it, at a ridiculously low price. It's like $47 a week, and something like $40, $47. And they said it was working okay for a week and then it just shut down. The reason is that from what the client was able to tell me, is I worked it out, the integrations that were being used, the people that developed it didn't read the instructions of how to use this integration. They just basically duplicated it, because I was able to go onto my machine and basically copy and paste some details and see exactly what happened. So those duplications don't really work. But also then you have a problem. This is the biggest problem going right now in AI. This is the biggest problem with AI agents in particular, for appointment setters or frequently asked question robots. If you have a problem, and this is actually a bunch of messages I get every day, and it's a little bit frustrating because I can't really help these people. They've bought into, they'll be asked to pay up front 12 months. When they do have a problem, the sales agent can't explain it to the developer. So it's a little bit of a difficult problem. And if the developer is willing to do it, and in many cases, even though it might just take 5 minutes, they are operating on a basis of volume, 2, 3, 4, 500 AI agents they've made for 400 or 500 different businesses. They don't want to spend time on repairing something. They want to spend time on duplicating another one and hoping that one will work. And this is why I sort of tell people, if you've already got some other service, I can't really help you. Because I can't tell them to do anything. It's better. I've broken things down so that everything's compartmentalized, so that when something goes wrong with somebody's AI agent, I can read it really quickly and then work out which block. Basically, it's like Lego bricks. Which brick is wrong? I pull that brick out, fix it, put it back in. It's great. A lot of these AI appointment setters online right now, what they're doing is they're using a program called VAPI, and they're just producing over and over again, duplicating, and then when they break down, they don't know what to do because they're not actually going through all the coding. So, got to be careful of that. Pick somebody that isn't just sales, isn't just in sales, but also is developer, has access to those developers, and those developers understand what you want. So, yeah, it's been interesting the last week. How many messages I've got since I put a Facebook ad up. People having problems. That's because we're sort of going through a growth phase now, and the growth phase will have a lot of people that are just in it as sales agents, and they won't be able to really look at the code and develop and re-engineer your AI agent to make it work. And yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. As I said, AI is not here to replace you. It's here to complement you and make your life easier. And definitely find somebody who is not just a salesperson, but also has the developer with them in the same room, who understands the integrations, the protocols being used, the coding as well, and can look at it and edit it in real time, and can observe it as well, and as I said, understand it. This is going to be one very big thing that's going to be over the next year or two in Australia, because we are seeing a lot of sales reps for other businesses, and yeah, it might do a little bit of damage to the industry, but at the same time, eventually people will find the people that can actually develop it. Okay, so anyway, good people, hopefully you've had a fantastic day, and yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.